Let's get going. We have so much to cover today. One quick housekeeping note: if you'd like to scan this QR code, it will send you an email with all of the links and a couple of the prompts that I cover today. So make sure you do that so you can actually pay attention and not worry about taking notes. This time is for you, and I'm so happy that you're here making the investment in your time. We all know AI is here and it's been changing so much. It's been hard to keep up, and honestly, it's been a little bit overwhelming. But don't worry, that's what we're going to go over today. I'd say one of my favorite things about AI is that we can create whatever we want to imagine. But as you can see, it's not always a good thing. Now you can see why I said that. So there's thousands of tools that are out there that are helping us create. So you can create terrible images of cats doing yoga. You can create scary videos of people eating broccoli. We've seen a lot of people publishing content with AI that they haven't even read. Hell, you can create a website in minutes with, no intent of ever using it. So, what I've learned in the past 3 years, teaching people how to use AI and teaching workshops on sales and marketing, is that it's not about the AI tool. Yes, there's thousands of them, they're coming at us all the time, but it's really about the sales and marketing frameworks that you pair up with them when you can really make some magic happen. Whether you're selling rubber chickens or B2B software or coconut mint scented candles, these things are always true. These are two really important things, so I want you to remember them. Sales and marketing are all about the numbers. Marketing is about impressions. Sales is about connections. So the question isn't, what AI tool should I use? The question is, what AI tools will help me do more of this? Which AI tools are out there that'll help me create so many impressions and so many connections that I can't fail? And that's what we're going to explore today. We're going to talk about the three must know AI strategies of 2025, which are pretty simple. They're: don't use AI without having a marketing and sales framework, it's create your ICP, and it's understand tool stacking. So, we're going to have so much fun today. We're going to play a game. I'm going to show you how to use tool stacking and introduce some new tools that I want you to apply to a really awesome framework that I'm going to teach you. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Robin Anderson, but my friends call me Jam. That's a long story for another time. But like all of you, I'm very busy. I used to feel a lot like this sticky note lady. But to tell you the truth, AI has completely changed my life. I've been working inside agencies since 2007. Everything from e commerce website development to video production to digital marketing and everything in between. About 3 years ago, I signed up for a sales program at a really well known business school, and I went through it. It took about 6 months, thousands and thousands of dollars. And after I finished the program, I realized it just wasn't for me. Not only did it talk about being a man multiple times and how sales is similar to proposing to your girlfriend, even worse, it talked about faxing. So it was not only out of tune with reality, it was completely out of date. But it sparked something in me, and I realized, you know what? I had never missed a quota. I had people asking me to come join their agencies to do sales. I was good at what I was doing. So I wanted to create my own sales and marketing training program, and I just got right into it. And of course, right before I was about to launch, it was late 2022, ChatGPT came out. And I remember using it, and wasn't even that good at the time compared to what it is now. But I remember using it and thinking, damn it, this is going to completely change everything. I realized everything I'd ever done for my clients, from website design and development to content creation to marketing offers and funnels and video, everything was about to be done better and faster with AI. I stayed up all night learning every tool I could, and I'm actually not kidding. I was just constantly up. Lots of coffee at night, I'll tell you that. I applied some of these AI tools to the sales framework I was using at the video production company I was at. And we got more proposals out, we landed more deals, got new clients, and it was awesome. I also started just naturally applying AI to my personal life. So I was creating scavenger hunts for my kids, I was creating health and fitness plans for myself. My most popular one is I told people to take pictures of their Costco receipt and then have it create a 2 week meal plan based on what they bought. I posted about it in a neighborhood Facebook group, and soon I had like a million dates to coffee. And I love coffee, but I like wine more. So I decided to invite a few people to a wine bar. So this is a picture from late in the night, 2023. I had about 30 or few, I had about 30 or 40 people show up, and they were awesome. They were all so excited. A lot of them were women business owners, as you can see. And we all had in common that we were very, very busy and wanted to save more time. I had people come up to me that night and say, I think you changed my life. But the truth is, they changed mine because that night I knew that I could take everything I was building in this sales and marketing program and apply AI to it. And that's exactly what I've done with Jam AI. So for the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure of speaking to people like you and also traveling around the country doing workshops and keynotes. And it's just become this amazing business where I get to meet lovely people and help them grow their business, which has been a dream come true. At Jam AI, our main offer is called Club Jam, and basically we provide small business owners with an AI platform that has ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, all inside one place. And it has a bunch of AI agents in there as well. Along with the platform, you get access to over 100 different modules all about how to create AI and how to use AI inside different sales and marketing frameworks. We have a 30-day AI journey that kind of helps people understand where they are and where they should start because there's just so much content, people don't know where to begin. We also meet every Friday live and we do an accountability meeting because as small business owners, it's up to ourselves to stay accountable. I like to celebrate our wins. I like to talk about our KPIs and our goals for the next week. And in turn, we've developed a really amazing community that helps each other out and they help me out a lot too, I have to say. So that's what Club Jam is. And enough about me. Let's get into this. I want to start off actually by playing a game. So we're going to play a game called AI or Not AI. Ready? All right. I usually do this live, but since we're virtual, I'm going to say AI or not AI. If you think it's AI, you can raise the little hand in Zoom. We're going to go over a few pictures. I'll wait a few seconds and then I'll tell you if it's AI or not. All right, let's go. AI or not AI? This is AI. This is kind of an easy one, but look how cute he is, and the detail in the clothes and his features, I think, make it look very realistic, but you can kind of tell it's AI because it's a little bit too perfect. Number two, AI or not AI? This is not AI. Some of you may know it. This is the Zabriskie Point in Death Valley, California. AI or not AI? This one's a little bit tricky. This is actually not AI. This is at the Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino, California. AI or not AI? This one's a little bit tricky, but it's AI. You can really tell by this guy's lanyard. The AI got confused. It doesn't really start or stop, and it's kind of coming out of his pocket. Last one, AI or not AI, food version. This is AI, but I think it's pretty tricky. I think it does a really good job showing the details. Okay, thanks for playing the game. It's fun to get our minds going and start thinking about this. I want to now talk about a marketing framework that literally anyone can use. And it's really easy to apply some AI content to and just maximize that impression and connection. So let's get started. Who doesn't like a little bit of cashy? I feel like this is an easy one to remember. So, this is all based on the fact that people like to buy the destination and not the plane. And what I mean by that is that people want to buy the feeling that they'll have when they have your product or are working with you and getting your services. So, too many people talk about what they're building or what the product is in their marketing, and that's a big no no. Watch any Nike commercial. Do you think Nike commercials are showing you what the shoes are made out of, showing you the factory where they make them? No. They're showing you athletes running in the rain, getting a medal, just breaking goals, breaking records. They're showing you what it feels like to be an accomplished athlete in their marketing. And that's what you need to do too. I know we're not all Nike, but we're going to use this simple framework to break down this 5-step process to create really great marketing content for your audience. So, we're going to go through each letter one by one and we'll break it down. C stands for choose your ideal client profile. This is so important. And I know that you've heard about ideal client profiles before or customer avatars, but number one, remember that you could have more than one. So if you're a photographer and you work with newborns, corporate headshots, or real estate agents, you're going to want to have a different way to talk to each one of those groups, but it doesn't mean that you can't work with all of those groups. So make sure you know who you're talking to, how you talk to that person, how you communicate them, and where you communicate with them. What questions do they have that they might need answered? And what sort of questions do they have that might be stopping them from making a decision? Honestly, if you don't know who you're talking to, absolutely nothing else matters. There's not an AI tool in the world that'll save you. So make sure that you have this nailed down before you move on to anything else. Once we have that ideal client profile or profiles created, we have to attack with the hooks. So, the reason I say attack is you don't want to just try 3. You want to make 50 of these, 100 of these. Why not? You have AI to help you make them. But these hooks are the first thing that they'll see. It's introducing them to you and your business and what you're offering. And it really needs to spark a few things. It needs to spark curiosity. It needs to tell them about specific outcomes that they'll have when they work with you. It needs to invoke some emotional trigger in some way. Really, that question that we asked in the ICP of what's stopping them from making a decision and what questions do they have, answer them with hooks and use AI to make these hooks even more interesting. So, I'm going to show you a tool to do that. The other great thing is that there's AI tools to give you images to go with these hooks. That used to take a long time to do, but not anymore. So, just a quick look. I'm going to talk about tools after Cashy, but this is just a quick look at how Whisk took one of those hooks and created an image that could go with, the hooks where they live, social media posts, YouTube videos, blog posts, any of that top of funnel content, which means it's maybe the first thing that they'll see, and it's either push or pull content, meaning you're either sending it out with an ad, maybe you're paying for it, or maybe it's organic content. But whatever it is, have that hook that's really enticing and a nice image to go with it, and it'll start off a great relationship with that prospect. S is for sell the click. You're not selling your product or service, you're selling the click. All you want is for them to hit that download now button, watch the short video button, book the free call, whatever it is, you want them to click on your offer and give you their information. So, selling the product is the next step, but selling the click happens now. And make sure that you're using this one offer for your ICP the whole time. If you're like my business or most businesses, you might have multiple services or products available. Make sure you pick the one that resonates with that ICP and only talk about that one the entire way through your marketing funnel, or else it gets confusing. They don't know what to do. But give them the offer and make it simple, easy, and clear, and sell that click. H is for handoff. So they did it. They clicked. They're on your landing page now, right? So this is the place that's so important. Don't drop the baton. This is it. This is where you make a beautiful landing page for them to understand what they're getting. They give you their information with a quick form, and then they're yours. That is what you want. You want to make sure that whatever you're providing on the landing page matches the offer. So if your offer was 5 free templates for marketing and SEO, make sure that your landing page is about the same thing. It should be clear, mobile friendly, have one strong CTA, and no distractions. This is where it counts. E is the most important. This is where 90% of your sales will happen. Engage and follow up. People don't usually buy on the first click, but they will buy if you continue to follow up and educate them. This is where you want to send emails, texts, do retargeting ads, and really make sure that you handle any buyer objections along the way. A really strong funnel will help you get your sales, and this is where you're going to really grow your business. How many emails do? You do as many until they buy. You just keep going. Of course, you don't want to be annoying. You can spread it out over months even, but if they're opening your email, they're interested. We all know making a purchase is all about timing. So if it's not the right time, continue to follow up until they become a customer or ask you not to be in their inbox anymore. And that's totally fine. So that's cashy. You may be thinking that I made that sound too easy because, yeah, you have to create all the content that goes with each step. But that's where AI comes in, and you could create an awesome marketing funnel like this in about an hour with the help of these AI tools. So, let me show you which free AI tools I recommend to help create content throughout this framework and any other framework you might use. Before I go into new tools, I want to talk about AI tool stacking and what that means to people like us. So, you've probably spent the past couple years dabbling in ChatGPT. Maybe you use Claude or Gemini. Any of those are great. But in order to use new tools like video creators and image creators, you need to know how to use ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini in a way that can help you prompt these new tools. So that's what AI tool stacking is. I'm going to show you a few ways to use these tools you already use in a way that'll help you prepare for content creation like video and images. So our good friend ChatGPT, everyone uses it. It's great. There's the free version, there's the paid version. Here are 5 ways to use it better than most people you know. Tip number 1 is to set your custom instructions. All you do is go into your account, click on the picture of yourself or your letter, and go to settings. And this is where you can customize ChatGPT. You can tell it what it should call you, what you do. It will ask you how you like it to communicate with it. So this is where you can put in settings like be brief, use bullet points. For me, I had to ask it to stop saying the word unleash. It kept saying unleash everything when it comes to AI. But also remember, if you're using this for your personal life and your work, or using it for more than one thing, you may not want to put in your custom instructions, things about your business. But I'll show you where to do that. If you're going to do that, you do it here in projects. So for me, I have Jam AI. I ask it stuff about health and wellness all the time. And I also have a bunch of clients that I work with. I like to help my clients either build courses or offer funnels. Um, I build websites, all sorts of different things. So if I'm working with somebody, I will create a project and only work on that project while it's open. It's basically just kind of like a way to funnel my information about that project there. The other cool thing is you could add knowledge bases to a project. So I can add my client's specific tone of voice, ICPs, information about their business. And so it's a great place to keep organized when you're using ChatGPT. Before you prompt, train your bot. This is something that I have all of my clients do, and all of the members in Club Jam have done this as well. Basically, this is a survey about your business, your products, your goals, your audiences. It takes about 20 minutes to fill out because it is pretty in depth. But once you have this, you can upload it as a knowledge document, so like a training document, either in the project folder, in a custom GPT, or you can just upload it along with a prompt. And then you don't have to educate a system on everything about you if you're kind of jumping around, jumping in on a new project day to day. You don't need to train your AI if you have this. These are GPTs in Gemini. They're called GEMs, but I like to relate these to the App Store for Apple products. So these are built by other people and they're available to the public. And so you don't always need to recreate the wheel. You can go to the Explore GPTs tab and you could type in something. So you could type in business plan creator and it'll pop up a business plan creator. In these examples, it's more about creating videos and images and PDFs, but the big difference is you don't have to prompt these. If you were to go click on photorealistic image creator, it would already know that it's going to apply photographic styles, camera lenses, lighting. You don't have to ask for that type of stuff, which is great because how would you know to ask for that type of stuff unless you're a photographer? So those are what GPTs are. These are available to anyone using ChatGPT on the free and pro account. However, there's custom GPTs that you can build for yourself, and these are only available on the paid version. Or if you're a Club Jam member, we have them in our platform as well. But this is where you would create a custom GPT that's built on your business and it's trained on your knowledge sources as well. So you can make it really custom to you and you can make it private for yourself, or you can have it as shareable with a link so you could use it just with your team. Or if it's really awesome, you can publish it to the public as well. So here's Claude, and I'm just going to jump in. Claude's awesome. If you haven't used it yet, go make an account. What I like about Claude is that it is inside of your Google Drive. So you can, if you're a G Suite user, you can have it link up with your Google Drive, your Gmail, your calendar. And so it can really be a real assistant. Like I log in every day and I say, hey, what's on my calendar today? I had it reorganize my entire Google Drive. It also, we use Google Drive a lot at JamAI, so I have everything in there. I asked it to create an entire spreadsheet of every module we have and write new descriptions for it because that's all in my Google Drive. It was awesome, saved me hours and hours and hours. And the other cool thing is that you can have it match your style. So you can go in and say, add in different PDFs, or you could add you could add PDFs of examples of your writing style. So if you're somebody who's had an email newsletter that you've actually been writing for years and years, these are the best people because you have so much content to upload. You can also just upload emails that you've sent to different people or proposals and really train it on your specific writing style. I love this because I use Claude for most of my emails just in general. And I am I'm a get to the point type of person. I'm not a real fluffy person when it comes to teaching or emailing. And so it's been awesome because it sounds exactly like how I would talk when I used Claude. Now we're getting into some of the newer tools. So this is Manus. It's manus.im. And Manus is amazing. It's an autonomous AI tool. And what that means is that it actually independently executes tasks on its own. So you can say, hey, I want you to go create a ICP for my business and create a website for me. And it'll just go and do it. You don't have to say, go research here, go to this website. You don't have to enter links for it to research. It just knows to go and do it. It also has multimodal capabilities, meaning it can create images, reports, PDFs, websites, visual content. It's a really, really awesome tool, and it is free up to a certain amount of use. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you start using it on the inside. So in this prompt here, I'm asking it to create a website about tourism in Texas and tell people where to eat, sleep, all the things. So there's the prompt, and you can see Manus is telling me what it's going to do, and it also just starts doing it. On one side of the screen, it'll show me kind of what it's doing, and on the other side of the screen, it'll show me what it has left to do. So you can see on this side, it's saying, okay, here's what's left to do, here's what I've done. It also tells you about how long it might take. I always like to warn people that this is something that you should turn on and go do something else. For this specific task, it probably took about 20 minutes, but when you see everywhere it's going all over the internet and what it's writing and bringing back, you can see why it's taking so long. It did end up making a pretty cool website. It's not beautiful or anything, but you can see in the navigation, it created personal travel, corporate travel, things to do, dining, city guides. I just want to mention, a lot of times we have trouble with ChatGPT or Claude because it's not giving you up to date information. But Manus does. So in the things to do, it was giving me things to do this month, really up to date information. I also asked it to create kind of a business snapshot, excuse me. This is something that we do in the 30-day AI journey. So I used the prompt that I have and I said, hey, create my business model, go over all of my products and services, create my ICP. So it did do that. It created a big PDF here that I downloaded. And it also shows here on the left everything that it created and about how long it took to create each one. Okay, moving on to our next tool. There's a lot of different image creation AI tools out there. I often teach Midjourney. I love Midjourney. We all know ChatGPT has a Dolly image creator tool inside of it. This is amazing because it does such a good job with text. So, a lot of my clients couldn't get the text right, they couldn't get replicated characters right. And Ideogram does that for us. The one thing I want to mention is it's free up to a certain amount of credits. So, just be aware, really understand your prompt before you go in and use it. This is when tool stacking comes into play because, as you can see here on the right, this is a really good prompt for ideogram. But I would have never known how to write this prompt if I were to just go in there and write it. So I have ChatGPT. I go in there and I've actually created a custom GPT for ideogram that I share with our members. But you can just type in kind of what's on your mind and your imagination, and it'll come back and give you a prompt like this. I really liked what I saw here, but I wanted it to be cooler. So I wrote back to ChatGPT and I said, hey, make this cooler, a little bit more neon, a little bit more hip hop. So this is what it came back with. So it changed the prompt quite a bit and the image came back very different, but I really like it. Again, this is something I had in my mind, but I would have never been able to bring to fruition even with AI not understanding how to prompt. So those are images. Let me show you my new favorite video tool. I know there's a lot of buzz going around Google's AI suite and AI tools, and the feedback I've heard is that it's pretty complicated to figure out where to start or what to use. I have a few tools I'm going to show you. This is Flow. There's VO2 and VO3. VO2 is free, and then VO3 is part of their larger agency model that's about $250 a month, so it's not cheap, but it does do some amazing stuff. VO3 comes with audio and VO2 does not. So again, we're using our AI tool stacking here. We have a custom GPT just for flow prompting, because flow prompting is even way more intense and different than image prompting, because you can extend the scene, and in every scene you have to describe the person wearing the same clothes, what they're doing. I will say the video creation I think is a little bit behind, or what I mean is in 6 months it's going to be a lot different how we have to prompt. But this kind of reminds me of teaching prompting on ChatGPT in 2023. Like, you have to be so specific to get what you want. But luckily, we have AI tools to help us with that. So you can see in this prompt, we're having a lot of description around what's happening, not only what things look like we would in an image. So here's what it looks like when you're done. So this is pretty cool. It's showing the dust around their feet, they're dancing. It's exactly what the prompt was showing you. I'm going to show you another example of a VO3 video. Excuse me, these are actually VO2 videos because there's no sound. But there is a cool thing where, so we have this popcorn in the car, and then you could hit extend, and you can keep it kind of the same scene, but have something different happening. So here's an example of that. This is actually from Google. They have a whole different scene of things happening in this car. People making jello, eating popcorn, but it's pretty cool. So that's Google's VO2. If you go to our website on the Club Jam page, we actually created an entire video with VO3 with sound. It's really, really cool. Let me show you another video tool called Descript. Where VO2 and 3 are more about images and creating the video all together, Descript is more about editing the video or putting together more of like a training video with AI images and stock footage. But actually, this is what most of our members use on a day-to-day basis, because we're all looking to get education out, just internal newsletters, internal communication. Descript is a great way to do it. So I'm going to show you an example of just pasting in a script. Again, I did some tool stacking. I had ChatGPT write our script, and then I'll show you what it did. So here's the script, just a 20-second thing I made in ChatGPT. Next, it's asking me if I want to use AI-generated media or stock media. I want to click on that Play-Doh one just to see what it does.
Why Texas? Because it's more than a place. It's a feeling. Wide open skies, world-class barbecue, music that moves your soul, and adventures that stretch from desert to coastline. Big cities, bigger hearts, and every road tells a story. Discover Texas. The unexpected is waiting.
So Descript is pretty cool for that. We're moving on to another image/video generator. And I like these for social media specifically. They're more like creating GIFs, whatever you want to call them. But you can upload a subject with your own picture. You can describe the scene and the style. And then if you click animate, it'll make a really cool video like this. So there's no sound, but this is a really cool way to just show animation and movement inside a video for free. Again, this is called Google Whisk, and it's part of the Google Labs, and you can use it for free. All right, this is 11 Labs. I've been working with them since the very beginning, and they have come so far. This is a place where you could actually create podcasts. You could create voiceovers for your social media. It sounds so real. They recently just had an update too where you can create conversational AI. So you can pick two voices that actually talk to each other. So this is really cool. And they give you a lot of free time. You can create probably up to 10 minutes before they ask you to pay. Again, with this tool stacking. So we're in ChatGPT. I put in a link and I said, summarize this article into a 30-second podcast about things to do in Corpus Christi. And then here's the little script it gave me. And so I would just paste that right into 11 Labs and you can listen to it from there. One other cool thing about 11 Labs is you can actually put it into over 270 different languages. So if language is a barrier for your business, it shouldn't be anymore. Go ahead and give this a try. It's really cool. So there's a million ways that small businesses can use AI, but just some of the things we went over today, I just want to show you what sort of savings AI is bringing to small businesses if you use it correctly. Because again, you could invest in these tools and number one, not use them at all, or number two, create a bunch of broccoli eating 10 fingered, weird looking people and videos. So, just if you're using them right, there is so much savings that AI is bringing to small business. It is just something that you can't miss. Um, Here's just kind of a nice little overview I like to show. So, this was just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much out there and there's so many tools out there. But if you've been listening, I hope you're taking this one thing away from my presentation today, which is it's not about the tools. It's not about the tools. It's all about learning how to apply really great sales and marketing methodologies and frameworks alongside AI tools to help you do more of this great work. So I'm actually going to waive our registration fee, and I even have a 50% off code for you guys today. If you do want to join Club Jam, we'd love to have you. No pressure at all, but my goal is to have more people out there doing the right thing in sales and marketing and using AI, not people out there making videos no one's ever going to see, wasting hours creating content and images that are going nowhere. So, would love to have you. And I'd also love to answer your questions. So, let me quit sharing and